Animals and man have coexisted for as long as we know. Some animals get along with us better than others, like domesticated cats and dogs versus a Bengal tiger. More often than not, we feel an emotional connection with them. We want them to be our friend. Unfortunately, for many animal lovers, most wild, exotic animals do not want to be your friend. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 crazy killer pets who ate their owners. Carla Nash. Technically, Carla Nash wasn't the owner of Travis the chimpanzee, but she was a friend of the owner. Unfortunately, in 2009, Nash was violently attacked and mauled by Travis and almost died from the attack.
24.
Aiden Pankey. After his pet rat bit him, Aiden Pankey died of rat bite fever in 2013. Saying they were never warned this could be a danger, Aiden's family sued Petco for damages.
23.
Andre Lamboga. In 2011, an Indonesian man went on a vacation for 2 weeks, leaving his 9 dogs without someone to care for them. When he returned, the starving dogs attacked, decapitated, and ate the man.
22.
Al Abel. Al Abel and his wife Kathy took care of an exhibition farm, housing all sorts of exotic animals. This included Simba, their African Barbary lion. When Al went to clean Simba's enclosure, he forgot to lock the cage. Of course, the worst happened after that, and Simba attacked and killed him.
21.
Cheyenne Hare. Jaren Hare and her boyfriend Charles Darnell owned a pet Burmese python and decided not to feed it for a week. With only a quilt to cover the python's cage, it escaped and strangled Hare's 2-year-old little girl to death. Hare and Darnell were both charged with third-degree murder, neglect, and manslaughter.
20.
Norman Buwalda. As chairman of the Canadian Exotic Animal Owners Association, Norman Buwalda was an owner of many exotic animals, including a Siberian tiger. While his neighbors often complained about the animals he had, he was within his legal rights to own them. One day, he went in to clean the tiger's cage and was attacked and mauled to death.
19.
Camel kills woman owner. An Australian woman was given a camel for her birthday for her sheep and cattle ranch. Unfortunately, having camels as pets can lead to aggressive behavior if not disciplined. The 10-month-old camel knocked the woman to the ground, got really excited, and killed her.
18.
James Little. While James Little was sleeping, his Shiba Inu began chewing and gnawing on his toes, removing 3. Little didn't wake up because he's diabetic, a disease that numbs the toes. Authorities believe it's likely the dog's instincts led to it biting off the diseased flesh.
17.
Child mauled by mountain lion. A 4-year-old child was at a home in West Odessa when he got too close to a mountain lion being held in a cage there. Somehow, the mountain lion reached through the cage and clawed and scratched the child, causing severe cuts to the side of his face.
16.
Herbert Walden and Jane Walden. Herbert Walden was taking care of his mother Jane when he suffered a heart attack. Jane, depending on his care, died of dehydration soon after. When they entered the home, authorities discovered 12 of Walden's house cats eating his foot.
15.
Grant Williams. Wanting to start a business caring for reptiles, Grant Williams kept a 14-foot Burmese python in his house. Unfortunately, the python ended up being the death of him, as police found his body lying face down with the python wrapped around his waist.
14.
Ronald Huff. For reasons beyond comprehension, Ronald Huff was the owner of 7 Nile monitor lizards in Newark, Delaware. In 2002, when authorities showed up at his house, they found those Nile monitor lizards feeding on his body. They were unsure if the lizards in question were the cause of his death.
13.
Arkansas woman eaten by her 50 dogs. An Arkansas woman was found being eaten by her 50 stray dogs after she died suddenly of hepatitis C. Neighbors said she was a dog hoarder.
12.
Gerald Rushton. People who say deer aren't dangerous might want to watch this. Gerald Rushton, an East Texas man who raised exotic deer, was attacked by one of them when he tried to feed them. Unfortunately, he didn't make it out alive.
11.
Joe De La Garza. After his daughter purchased a cockatiel from PetSmart, Joe De La Garza grew ill and died. The culprit was parrot fever that can be passed on to humans. Amanda herself was put into a coma. but has since recovered.
10.
Pet shop python escape. At this point, if you haven't figured out that pythons are incredibly dangerous, then maybe this one will help it sink in. Two boys visiting the home of a friend whose father owned a pet store below were not expecting a python to be inside the house. The python supposedly figured out how to escape, climbed up through the ventilation system, and entered the apartment. The two boys, unfortunately, were strangled and killed by the python.
9.
Pugs ate their owner's face. After their owner shot himself and died, two pugs named Harry and Sally were forced to eat his remains, including his face, head, and torso. I may never look at pugs the same again.
8.
Mark Vogel. Like something out of a horror movie, Mark Vogel from Germany was found dead in his apartment wrapped in spider webs. 200 spiders, some snakes, thousands of termites, and a gecko were all feasting on his flesh when police found his dead body. His pet black widow was the cause of death.
7.
Pet hippo eats his owner. Marius Els felt he had a father-son relationship with his pet hippo in South Africa. However, even after repeated warnings that a hippo couldn't be tamed, Els met his tragic end when his hippo repeatedly bit and killed him.
6.
Ann Walz. Ann Walz and her husband Michael got an exotic animal license in 1994 and kept several types of exotic animals. One day, Kelly went to the black bear cage to clean it. She opened the door without enclosing the black bear behind the second cage. Instead, she threw some food to the side to distract it, but it wasn't distracted. It quickly attacked and killed her.
5.
Sandra L. Piovazin. Sandra L. Piovazin raised 9 wolf dogs in a fenced enclosure at her home in Pennsylvania. On a normal day, she entered the enclosure and was greeted not with love, but violence. Her wolves attacked and killed her.
4.
Cynthia Lee Gamble. Cynthia Lee Gamble of Minnesota was a fearless and well-known animal handler in the area. She raised several different types of exotic animals, including a Bengal tiger. As she was cleaning the Bengal tiger's cage, one of the drop doors was left open, exposing her. The tiger apparently took the opportunity, and the rest is history.
3.
Hollywood bear kills trainer. As seen in the movie Semi-Pro starring Will Ferrell, Rocky the grizzly bear was a movie star. However, one day while working with his trainer, Stephen Miller, he fatally bit him on the neck. Miller died at the scene, and the fate of Rocky is unknown.
2.
Terry Vance Garner. Terry Vance Garner went out one day to feed his hogs on his Oregon ranch. While no one is certain the cause, he fell over into the pen and was killed and eaten by his hogs. Authorities only found dentures and scattered body parts at the scene.
1.
Ricky Weinhold. A day before your birthday, the last thing you want is your pet bull getting cranky. But that's exactly what happened to Ricky Weinhold. While several of his friends and family had advised him to get rid of the bull, he kept him anyway. And while no one witnessed the attack, he was found dead with wounds from the bull's horns and hooves. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the bottom right so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 3 videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.